At the Women's Soccer World Cup, Argentina and South Africa played out an entertaining 2-2 draw earlier today. Both sides had lost their opening games in Group G. South Africa were on course for their first ever World Cup victory as Thembi Kagatalana assisted one goal and then scored another in the second half. But late on, Sophia Braun came up with a stunning goal as Argentina scored twice in the space of 5 minutes to seal the draw. It is the biggest Women's World Cup to date, and yet on the streets of Sydney, there is little indication that it's happening. Our correspondent Alima Hotakie talked with some locals to find out whether the tournament in Australia and New Zealand could have been marketed better.
Australia is in the middle of a World Cup, but you probably can't tell. This is one of the busiest streets in Sydney, but there's barely any promotional material inside.
We see a few pictures in the trains. Yeah, we see the soccer players on the trains, but yeah, not that much, but yeah, we see a little bit.
It just feels very dead. And yeah, I feel like it should be more populated and a bit more happy and a bit more live about it.
It just looks like a normal day.
FIFA told DW that they work closely with the city when it comes to the marketing of the World Cup and that more than 1,000 city banners have been rolled out. Sounds like a lot on paper, but in practice it's far from eye-popping.
I came across more prominent advertisements for this movie than I did for the Women's World Cup.
That's how it felt, at least. And finding a restaurant or pub to show the games was even harder to come by.
This is the best of FIFA's advertisements that we found, but there is a catch.
We are close to the fan festival, the first of its kind at a Women's World Cup. And there's no shortage of love for the tournament.
Really just centralized at this fan festival here, right, in the center, which kind of disappointing seeing that like there's so much on the news about the Women's World Cup.
Our family went to Qatar for the Men's World Cup, and it was definitely seemed to be like a lot more advertisements there, and so it would have been great to see, you know, even more here, but it's been fun what we have been to.
Over 1.5 million tickets have already been sold, a record for a Women's World Cup, even if things are not always in plain sight.